Welcome to the channel. Let's just see what the cards have to tell me to tell you. It's been a while since I've done these kind of readings, so this is going to be very interesting. Normally, these videos, they're supposed to be a lot more in depth. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so already you might feel tied down by a decision you need to make, or a decision that may perceive that you need to make, okay, like some sort of illusion that's going on, okay, because right now there are still hurdles that needs to be jumped over, okay, you can't celebrate just yet, okay, because there is still a final obstacle that's going to be in the way, okay. You can just envision this as like a tall hurdle essentially. And with that being said, okay, it might be in some sort of group that you're in, okay, like this whole ordeal, this whole decision that needs to be made was probably from a group that you're in, or not. What else is going on? What else is going on? We got King of Cups out here, Two of Swords. All right, so it seems like this king, okay, they're looking at some sort of decision that they themselves are about to initiate, but they may seem like they're stuck in some sort of like loop, okay, like it's like they're planning on to take said action, but then they either get sidetracked or they just lose the initiative, the overall like gusto to perform said action. And then we got Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So it's like the more you delay, okay, the more you delay, the less likely that all your fortune is going to come in. It might even come in very estranged. Okay, actually, I'm curious about what action, okay, this person's gonna do. It's most likely a masculine person, masculine presence in your life. Okay, but let's see. Let's see, what kind of action? Two of Wands. They want to make you feel like they're your world. They want to put you on like such a high pedestal, okay. They want to like reward you for being so disciplined and grounded, okay. You might have been through the ins and outs with this individual, okay, but needless to say, okay, what kind of action should you do towards them? I feel like you shouldn't do anything, okay, with the Hermit out here as confirmation. Right now, it's not the best time to do anything. You need to let this person move forward towards you, okay? And try not to think about them too much or what they're trying to do for you. This might be a close friend or someone you admired from a distance. Okay, but they themselves, like I mentioned briefly earlier in this video, they have to go through a hurdle. Okay, they're still going through, okay, all of these obstacles, and it's essentially just all in their head. Like, it's nothing physical, okay. They're just like way into far in their head. I think I said that right. I hope so. Anyways, it's not like anyone watches these or anything. So anyways, with a Hanged Man out here as well, they might just be feeling so tied down, and they don't like feeling tied down. okay, because it may make them feel like they don't have that control. Okay, they're this Emperor in reverse. Okay, this was one of the few cards that first popped up when I was doing this reading. They like to have that sense of authority, sense of control. Okay, because they don't want to appear to be like lopsadaisy. Okay, because they're afraid that you're not gonna enjoy that aspect of their personality. It's still who they are, but it seems like they're kind of shy. They're kind of shy of letting that side of their trait to be shown. Probably because all in their life they were having to be viewed as this very tough, very toxic masculine. Okay, but now they're laying low. Okay, and they're like seeing through their faults and all this whatnot. Because they might have they were really ego driven. They really were. And they may not have even realized it too. You might both have the same common interest as well. Let's see what else is going on with the Five of Wands, the Hanged Man. These two cards are reoccurring too. Yeah, it just seems like there's still like a lot going on in their mind. Their ego's broken, their sense of self is broken. Their overall drive, their motivation is broken. Doesn't mean it's beyond repair. It just means that now they gotta do all this subtlety work. Okay. Meanwhile, you're over here most likely just doing your own thing. Let's see, what could you be doing? Yeah, the Tower. Yeah, you're still going through your own deal. And it's new to you. Okay. Both of these parties are very new. Okay, it's like a new experience for them, for y'all, I guess. Because with the Tower out here, it's like you already had this structure, but then it's like you had to sorry, go through like a destruction in order to make something new out of the old remnants that you had in the past. Okay, what else is going on? What else? Que paso? Que paso? We got the Three of Pentacles out here, Knight of Swords, and then Five of Pentacles. A lot of fives are happening in this reading. Okay, so you might need to like retouch on your basic five senses, so that way it's like you can come to a better form of unity within yourself, so that way you can keep striving forward. Okay, especially if you're super into this kind of ordeal, like with spirituality, tarot, or just like self-improve work. Okay. Okay. What else? What else is going on? We got death out here in the world. So yeah, once everything finally like dies off, okay, then that's where the world will appear more vibrant, more just more out there, I guess. Because it's like you're just so tired, and I'm tired too. Okay, I'm tired too. But this is all necessary. This is all necessary work. Okay, not life isn't all about play, you know. So what's going on in the future? We got Two of Pentacles, Father of Wands in reverse, Wheel of Fortune. So it's like once you like understand where this faulty connection had derived from either their end, your end, or each other's ends, okay, then that's where you could finally like shed your old self so that way you can enter in a um new cycle of your life, because there's just so much that's waiting for you. Like, you have no idea. There's so much that's waiting for you. um like, so much stability is going to come forward in your life, and so much peace is going to be like restored, especially if things have been feeling very chaotic for quite a while, uh because, yeah, we're just going through it. In all honesty, we're all going through it. Okay, so we got Mother of Wands out here in reverse, so a fire sign could be significant for this reading as well. And then we got the Chariot. You may be wishing this new cycle to come in very quickly, but it is for your best intent, okay, for everything to just slow down, because your nervous system is out of whack, out of alignment, because you've been on the go, you've been on the run for too long, and it's finally time, okay, to just set aside for everything and just truly allow in of what's supposed to come into your life, so that way it can stay there, because you may had encounters where you thought this was in alignment for you, some sort of like opportunity, yeah, or insight that you've found, but it wasn't for your best interest, okay, because it took away what you were, in a sense, okay, because it's like you get lost track sight of who you were, because you thought the universe was going to point you to a certain direction, but it was the wrong direction that the universe was pointing towards you or guiding you towards. And with that being said, with Seven of Pentacles and then Six of Swords, both in reverse, the more it's like you're clashing with whatever you feel on the outside, the more resistance it's gonna be, and it's gonna feel each time you like try and make a step. Okay, I'm gonna pull out some oracle cards. This is gonna be like direct messages. Okay, so this is just gonna be like for confirmations that this is your reading. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. I want 3 at least. Give me 3. Okay, we got 1. We got endings. Okay, so in order for this ending to happen, you need to go out. You need to engage in some sort of like social activities. Okay, so that way you can take your mind off things. You may have been too focused intently on people other than yourself. Yeah, I worded that so wrong, but you get what I mean. You've been focusing too much on others and not enough on yourself. Okay, where it's like that's probably where you've been feeling depleted. Okay, so 1010 might be significant for you as well. Okay, you might want to look into what 1010 means spiritually, I guess. Okay, and overall, we got Jack of Clubs, the Rebel. So you might be feeling rebellious, and that's going to be a good thing too, because it's going to create some excitement for you to be had in life. Okay, especially if everything's been feeling standoffish or very, very weird. Now, that is to say that you still do need to like rest and really take care of yourself, but don't also negate the fun side in life too. I know I mentioned life isn't always about play. you do need to take things into balance, okay? Balance is so crucial for everyday living, for everyday life. I know it's difficult, okay? I know. We got 5 of hearts, 6 of diamonds, loss and family. So you may have a lost sense of family, like what family means to you, okay? Especially if you grew up in a toxic household where it was very difficult for you to discern what is the right thing to do and what is the wrong thing not to do. That came off really weird. Okay, hang on. Okay, or it might be in the sense of like relationships. Okay, with the 7 of hearts out here, we got 5, 6, 7. Okay, so maybe with this family that you were in, it made you feel like you needed to have like this certain relationship dynamic in order for your family to be proud of, or so they won't like cut you out. But in the end, all that matters to you is what makes you feel at peace within yourself and very secure, because that's all we need. That's all we strive for in life, is security overall, because it's like things just may seem like it's just been too much, where you just can't keep up with the flow of life. Okay, and with that being said, we got the Jack of Diamonds, the Apprentice. So you might need to do something new or have a very new outlook, okay, in that dynamic. When people have an apprentice, usually the apprentices see things that the masters don't see, okay? They offer new insight, they offer new observations, okay? So that might have some relevance to you as well, making new observations. Okay, I'm just gonna pull one more. Okay, we got opportunity and money. So there's gonna be opportunities in your finances. Okay, but right now, that's like way in ahead in the future. But right now in the present, you definitely need to focus on rest, or else you will keep hitting more delays. Okay, while it's okay to be spontaneous, okay, like with the Rebel card, it is also necessary for you to just sleep and be at ease, be calm, okay? Because you might feel like you're cooped up in your cage and it's like causing some sort of conflict, but that is not the case, okay? It is all an illusion in your head, in that little noggin of yours, okay? Now, I am going to pull one more card from, this is going to be from the empath deck. So this is just going to be like, this is just going to be like closing thoughts. Okay, something for you to think about, meditate on. Okay. So yeah. We got 37, celebrating the world's diversity. What does that have to tell us? 24, 38. Okay. The 3 essential themes this card talks about: looking outside ourselves in order to avoid emotional overload, studying different cultures, identities, religions, and ways of life, and celebrating our own unique contributions to the world's diversity. So the imagery, really hone in and focus on this card, okay? The explosion of color in this image illustrates the diversity and joy of life. As a symbol of personal freedom, the bird depicted in this card's art is especially prominent. It's especially prominent, my bad. Empaths from all walks of life desire for every living being to be free from suffering. We must start with ourselves while we examine our own contributions to freedom or suffering for other beings through our daily choices. Okay, so that's like just understanding where you play at in society? It's a very big question, but sometimes those big questions needs to be answered, okay? The deeper meanings. It can be so easy to get caught up in our own experiences of life that we forget the beauty of the world around us. At times, it can be challenging to keep perspective of the world outside our own personal spheres. To see ourselves more clearly, we can research and rejoice at the incredible diversity of human culture, flora, fauna, natural environments, and the infinite expanses of the universe around us. It's normal for highly empathetic people to feel abnormal, weird, or alien. So what? This is a reason to celebrate. There is nothing wrong with us. We are a part of the spectrum of human diversity. We have a very special role in this life and in the lives of those we touch. Blessings to all empaths for our inherent state of understanding and curiosity that transcends all socio-cultural differences. This world is our playground and our school. What an incredible blessing to be a student. Wow, a student of life, if you will. How interesting. Suggestions for action. This card encourages you to explore the world beyond yourself. At this time in human history, it has never been easier. Documentary films are an excellent place to explore the world, as are numerous books, articles, and personal experiences gained by traveling the globe or by watching these kind of YouTube videos. You're welcome. Empaths have an innate ability to approach other types of people and cultures because we tend to see similarities before we see differences. We are all the same in essence. The culture and experiences in which we were born naturally aid in forming our identities and egos. By branching outside of ourselves, we can see how others live, think, operate, and celebrate. Empaths are quick to break barriers of division because our focus is on similarities rather than differences. What a grand blessing! Exclamation point. Wow. So pretty much what I got from that book is that, and I just had a brain fart. Oh my gosh. Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, that we're very great at pattern recognition, empaths are. So that's something I got from that book. So yeah, that was a reading. I hope you have a great evening, morning, night, day. Okay, I love you guys. Um, was I gonna add anything else to this video? No? Nah. Anyways, have a great one. I'll see y'all whenever. Bye.